Good morning, Knicks Nation. Today is Wednesday, the 25th day of February 2026. I hope you're all safe and healthy today, and that your family is safe and healthy, and that the needs of you and your family in terms of food, shelter, clothing, as well as health are being met today. Blessings upon those that work in the area of health, along with first responders always trying to save lives. Those also that pick up garbage to keep places clean, and those that make deliveries for our convenience. Double blessings on the men and women trying to help rescue, deliver, and recover teenagers and children. Blessings upon them that are victims of child molestation and pedophilia. Those also that are helping the people that are victims of prostitution, child prostitution, pornography, human trafficking, and sex slavery. Double curses on all the perpetrators, profiteers, and the perverts that make these industries exist. Finally, double blessings on the homeless. More than 700,000 men, women, children, families, and senior citizens, military veterans, homeless in the United States of America. Blessings upon them, for theirs is the kingdom. Last night there was a basketball game in Cleveland. The New York Knicks lost to the Cleveland Cavaliers 109-94. And you could always, it's getting so obvious. First off, I want to address two things. Number one, Brunson takes 19 shots. Cat only takes 5. That is a problem. That is a big problem. And Cat was 5 for 5. Okay, now he had 5 turnovers, but you still feed him the ball. That's problem number one. Number two, some, more than one, has suggested that Rick Brunson is the problem. There's no proof of this. Unless you've actually heard Rick Brunson say that Jalen Brunson hogged the ball, I wouldn't make these assumptions. What you're doing is creating drama that didn't exist before you created it. The Knicks want to win a championship. Rick Brunson, Mike Brown, Jalen Brunson, they all want to win a championship. That's the ultimate goal. Nobody is interested in getting their individual accolades above that. All of them want a chip, as stated by all of them. So let's not make evil assumptions when we have no proof. Okay? That's soap opera stuff. Now, the Knicks did not, from the opening tip, play defense the way Mike Brown said. I was watching Jalen Brunson, and he and Josh Hart were giving the middle to James Harden and Donovan Mitchell, giving it to him. The game plan is to force people to the side, to the sidelines, not to the middle. Because when they get in the middle, they get in the paint. And when they get in the paint, there's problems. And so I don't understand. That's what part I understand. Brown stated this very clearly. And I didn't look at the post game, but I'm sure he mentioned it. They were not pushing people outside, but allowing them down the middle. There's no excuse for that. Okay, there's no excuse for that. Especially Brunson and Hart, they're smart enough to know what they have to do. And this is not about a lack of ability. You just have to, like, for example, James Harden is left-handed. He was coming down the right side of the floor, okay? And so he's going to want to go in the middle. He wants to go to his left. You must force him to his right. Now, James Harden is just as dangerous going to his right as he is to his left. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about the game plan. Force him to the right. Force him to the sideline. Also, consistently, both Hart and Brunson, I'm picking on them today because they were really causing problems yesterday. On the weak side of the ball, so the ball, where the side of the floor, Coach, if you don't know, the side of the floor the ball is on is called the strong side of the floor. The side of the ball that's opposite of where the ball is the weak side. So what defenses do is they try to load up on the strong side and make the team pass to the weak side. But when you're doing that, you must guard the three-point shooter, because that's what teams do. The Knicks, everybody, they put their best or a good three-point shooter on the weak side, so that when that ball swings their way, if they got a split second before a defender gets there, this is the league, they're going to knock that shot down. It's the shortest three-point shot on the floor. And so they're going to knock that down a high level, okay? And the Cavaliers were doing that because Brunson and Hart would get caught in the lane, giving too much space between where they are and where they got to get to on that three-point shooter, thus allowing the three-point shooter free access to a practice shot. And so that and the thing is, you could watch all the film, but if you don't execute the game plan, it's not going to help you. And I'm sure they're watching film. So I don't understand why they don't try to implement. Now, if they tried to implement the game plan and Cleveland was just which they did, they were just hitting some tough shots. Okay, we could live with that. Or in the beginning, in the first quarter, the Knicks had some beautiful ball movement in the first quarter, the beginning of the game. And so some of those shots they didn't knock down. They were getting wide open looks and weren't knocking them down. You could live with that because you're not going to knock down the shots every night. Some of y'all expect them to. It's unrealistic. Even pros do not hit the shots every night. Some nights they can't miss. Some nights they miss a lot. Some nights it's in the middle. But the key is if they're executing ball movement at a high level, you will get open shots. Now, you may not hit them, but you're going to get them. And you might get some easy baskets on top of it, okay? So last night, they started the first quarter well. The ball movement was excellent. They were slipping on defense, though, from the beginning. They still had a couple of sequences. Once Brunson was out and you had like an Alvarado in there or a Shamet, the defense picked up. But everybody's got to be on the page with the game plan, okay? Now, so they lost that game. So now the Knicks and Cleveland are tied, 37-22. With Boston, as I figured, beating up on Phoenix without Jaylen Brown. That's how weak Phoenix is right now, beating up on Phoenix. So now Boston gains a game on us. So at this point, this is where the real season begins, okay? From Friday through March, the Knicks, I think their next 9 to 11 games are all on the road, including 2 back-to-backs. They got 2 home games. They got one on Sunday against San Antonio, and they got another one, but the rest of them are on the road. And they got 2 back-to-backs in there, too. This is the toughest part of the schedule coming up. I'm concerned on 2 fronts. Number one, as I mentioned, the lack of focus on game plan. That I don't understand, but they're going to have to figure that out, okay? Brunson, especially, he's got to figure this out, okay? They got to get that straight. Also, we were excited, or many of us, I was, at the acquisition of Sohan. You cannot play him 5 minutes and pull him if you want to see what he has, which Brown stated he wants to do. I want to see what Sohan has. So if he's messing up, but you got to let him play. He's got to play 10, 15, 20 minutes for you to see what you have. You can't play him 5 minutes, pull him, and then sit him. Not if you want to see what he has. Now, once you see that, okay, all right, then you don't have some or you don't have some. But the whole point of having Diawara and Sohan right now is to have a second set of Wingstop, okay? And then he doesn't play Diawara rotation minutes either. So, he played Alvarado, Mitchell Robinson, and, of course, Landry Shamet. Mitch Rob, monster game, 16 boards, 8 on the offensive end. Mitch Rob is kryptonite to Cleveland. If the Knicks were going to play the game plan, that would have been really good to come and handy them 16 boards. And then getting capped more than 5 shots would have helped too. So I'm a little concerned that I think Brown is experimenting more right now. This is the time of the season when you got to know what the hell you got. See, you use October to the All-Star break to figure out what you got. But once you figure out what you got, you go with that. You run with them horses through the playoffs. He's not doing that. He's still, to me, he knows the starting 5, I think. And then he has Shamet, Mitchell Robinson, and Alvarado. That 8 he's got. But we're going to need, the whole point in firing Tom Thibodeau was he wasn't playing more than 6 or 7 or 8 guys. And the whole point of bringing in a Mike Brown was that he was going to play 9 to 10 guys. I mean, rotation minutes, not 5 minutes. So I'm a little perplexed myself. I don't understand. I'm hoping they figure this out. You're not going to beat the top echelon teams playing like that. You're just not. Okay? So, but the thing is, the frustrating thing is, we have seen the Knicks play the right way. We have seen them be almost unbeatable. We have seen them execute game plan. We have seen them hold multiple teams under 100 points, including the last win they had. So it's not like they're not capable of doing it. Okay? We've seen them do it against Boston. We've seen them do it against, and my point is, we've seen them do it against good teams, even Cleveland. We've seen them do it before. Okay? So it's not like they're not capable. I don't know, but this is the thing. The next game is at Milwaukee on Friday. It's on the road. Most of these games are going to be on the road. They got tonight, tomorrow, and Friday to practice and get this crap together. They got to get it together. Okay? This is, I guess what I'm saying is unacceptable. I can deal with a loss. That's no problem. This is the league. You're going to win some, you're going to lose some. I could deal with missing a lot of shots. That's no problem either. You're going to hit some, you're going to miss some. But not to execute your game plan is a problem. Not to execute your defensive game plan, your ball movement game plan, not to make sure you're giving Cat the damn ball and getting at least 15 to 20 shots for him. That's unacceptable. Okay? So, I don't know. They got to figure this out. We'll see as we go forward. I believe in my team. I believe in Coach Brown. I don't want to hear what you think about Coach Brown and ready to whine and bellyache about him. No. They got to get the crap together. I believe they will. Let's hope it shows up on Friday. They should have the energy. They got 3 days off now. So, and then they're going to have a grind from that. So they got to pick it up. Okay, we're going to find out. Y'all enjoy your Wednesday. We'll talk soon. Shalom.